So you have to travel for a gig. Congratulations, that's awesome. It's very exciting where music can take you, but guess what? If you have to go by air, it presents some interesting challenges. We all have our favorite pedals, we all have our favorite amps, but those things are very difficult to travel with when you're just a mere mortal flying commercial and maybe just for a one-off date. So in this video, I'm going to outline what my essentials are for a fly date where you are playing guitar, specifically electric guitar, and you need to travel light. I have two core pieces of equipment that I have to bring with me. One is my guitar. The other is something to plug my guitar into. The gig that I'm doing is a corporate gig. They do not have backline, so I have to show up with all of my sounds and basically all of my gear ready to go, but in a very small package. So to do that, I need something that's basically in a small footprint of a pedal that's gonna give me amp simulation, cab simulation, every effect I could possibly need for this gig, as well as a tuner. I went with the HX Stomp by Line 6. There are many other pedals out there that do similar things, but for me, the simplest interface and just the easiest way to get into this world and find something that could do this job for me was to go with the HX Stomp. So thanks to the people over at Z Sounds who sent me one to try out for this gig. This is covering a lot of bases for me. It's gonna be my tuner, it's gonna be all of my sounds, and the particular gig I have to do has a very specific guitar sound that I need to provide. So I was able to program all that in beforehand, and I can show up and just be ready to roll, not have to be messing with an actual amp or anything like that. The second portion of my rig is of course the guitar, and in this case I'm bringing my PRS Silver Sky John Mayer model. It has the look that the client is going for, and it has the sound too. It's a pretty versatile guitar. To be honest, for this particular gig, I wish that I had a humbucker guitar that kind of looked like the Silver Sky, but I don't, so I have to go with what's gonna make the most sense. The other really cool thing about the Silver Sky is that it's easy to travel with. It's a solid body, bolt-on neck guitar, so it's a little bit more robust. It's not super heavy, and the case that it comes with is a massive part of this rig. The gig bag case that the Silver Sky comes with is going to have to be my carry-on to the airplane as well. So the front of this gig bag is gonna have to hold a lot of stuff. It's gonna have to hold, obviously, the guitar, but I'm gonna be putting everything else I need to do this gig in that bag, to include the HX Stomp, because if they lose my bag, I can buy new clothes, but I have to be able to play the gig and I have to have all the stuff with me. So in that gig bag is going to be, like I said, the guitar, the HX Stomp, cables, picks, extra strings, guitar strap, a capo, even though I don't really need it for this gig, but I'm bringing one anyways. You gotta have everything you could possibly need with you. And this gig bag, actually, when I first got it, I was like, oh, this is perfect for traveling. And it really is. It provides all kinds of cool storage. And I'm even gonna have enough room for some personal AirPods to listen to things on the flight over, maybe even a book. Like I said, it's my carry-on. I'm kind of limited, so it's gotta really be super functional. So every gig is going to be different, and your rig is going to have to adjust to whatever it is you need it to do. For example, the last gig I did where I had to fly, I was playing acoustic guitar and singing. That was a totally different setup. I had my acoustic guitar in a hard case, which ended up getting checked because the airplane was too small. Then I had a preamp, which had my tuner. I had some cables, of course, extra strings, picks, a capo, you name it, all that stuff was there too. But it was a little bit different circumstances. I couldn't bring everything on the airplane with me, so it was kind of nerve-wracking to know that most of my stuff was checked underneath the cabin of the airplane, and if it didn't make it on the airplane, or if it got damaged, I wasn't gonna be able to do the gig. Now, fortunately, everything worked out just fine, but you adjust, you make it work, and probably try to find the local guitar center or music store just in case something gets lost or broken and you have to go to the store and replace it before you can go do the gig.